Before you even open your front door, your smart thermostat pulls a weather server. Your phone synchronizes your alarm with live traffic data, and your coffee maker checks its automated schedule over Wi-Fi. Then, at exactly 8 a.m., all of it stops. A sudden, unexplained blackout wipes out the internet across the globe. The clock starts on a 24-hour countdown. Your first instinct is to blame your router. You try to check Google, refresh your social feeds, or send a quick WhatsApp message to see if anyone else is having trouble. When nothing loads, you assume your local cell tower is down. A few minutes pass. Without pings or notifications, you might feel a brief sense of relief, a chance to ignore the inbox and take a break from the screen. But this silence is the beginning of a breakdown in global coordination. Without a signal, the basic logistics of modern life, from grocery supply chains to emergency response, immediately begin to fray. Minute 1 of the blackout instantly kills all email protocols and messaging servers. Half the planet loses the ability to contact family or dispatch instructions to coworkers. Remote workers stare at infinite loading screens. Cloud infrastructure vanishes, and virtual meetings simply cease to exist. That digital freeze quickly bleeds into physical commerce. Online storefronts go dark, delivery applications fail to route drivers, and retail warehouses stop processing inventory. Then, the economy stalls out. This animated chart tracks global digital transaction volume dropping instantly to zero, while the flat line below represents the physical cash actually sitting in registers. Without card terminals or digital payment gateways, modern purchasing is impossible. This freeze triggers an immediate dependency on paper currency. Because the vast majority of wealth exists only as digital entries, the limited supply of physical bills becomes the only way to buy food or fuel. At airports and shipping hubs, the loss of internet-connected navigation and tracking systems blinds air traffic controllers and logistics coordinators. Planes are grounded. Freight trucks sit idle at loading docks. Without real-time communication, travel delays compound by the minute, turning local schedules into global confusion. Losing an intangible digital signal forces a state of physical paralysis. When the network stops, the movement of goods and people stops with it. By hour 12, the pressure shifts from the economy to the healthcare system. Ventilators, cardiac monitors, and other critical life support machinery rely on independent internal programming. They will continue to function mechanically without a Wi-Fi connection. The danger is in the organization. This flowchart shows how severing the link between a centralized patient database and the emergency room leaves doctors unable to verify medical histories or allergies. Dispatchers can no longer route ambulances to the nearest open bed. As the sun sets, the realization of the scale of the outage triggers widespread anxiety. Without a way to check the news or call for help, the isolation becomes a source of panic. Stripped of global reach, people are forced to search for information within their immediate physical surroundings. Neighbors check on one another to share rumors or trade physical supplies. People pull out battery-powered radios and physical books, turning to the only tools that still function without a server. This isn't a return to a simpler time, but a forced retreat. When the global network fails, the only reliable infrastructure left is the person standing next to you. At exactly 8 a.m. the next morning, the 24 hours conclude. Global routing systems initialize and reconnection protocols flood the network. The signal returns, but it leaves behind a map of the vulnerabilities we usually ignore. The internet operates as the load-bearing framework of modern civilization. It is a primary utility, as critical as the water in our pipes or the electricity in our walls. Our reliance on this invisible system is total. Could you survive one full day offline? To see how society holds up under other hypothetical stress tests, hit subscribe and click the video on your screen to keep exploring.